Okay, I got one of these kits. What are they called? Just so it doesn't clog in the auger of my snowblower. So I want to put this on. We're supposed to get some wet snow tomorrow. And that thing, my snowblower clogs up very easily with wet snow. So I want to put it on, but looking at these bolts I got to take off, being as rusty as they are, I don't know if I should risk it. I think what I'm first going to do is spray on some PB Blaster, let them sit for a little bit. Maybe put some air in the tires while that sits. Check the oil level and stuff, and go from there, I guess. Well, they're coming off way better than I thought. Alright, I'm going to finish taking this off. Okay, I took the chute off. Now I have lots of access, plenty of room to get into where I need to be. With the chute, it has like these trap bolts that hold on in 5 places. So the nuts were 7/16 size. 3 of them I was able to get off with my impact wrench, and 2 of them I had to use a hand wrench. And then I had to go and loosen up where my pivot is here. Loosen this up so it would angle down so I could slide the whole rod and chute over to one side. Alright, so these are the pads that I got. As you can see, they're not going to fit the way they are. So I'm going to have to do some cutting. Obviously, you want to make sure that you have 2 points to where the bolts can go through. So I'm going to measure and cut on the side of this one, measure and cut on the side of that one. Decided I needed a beer to do this job. Alright, for measuring, I'm going to use the best tape measure I own. The good old trusty Free Harbor Freight one. Looking at this. 2. Looks like 2 1/4. Alright, so I'm going to measure the pads, and then there's also these metal plates that go on top. I'll measure them up as well and cut them. Alright, so the metal plates, they're pretty easy because just matching up the hole here. So I'll do a line right here, and then I'll go into the rubber. Ooh, I don't know. I think I got this. Yeah, I do. So I'm just taking 2 holes. I'm measuring 2 1/4 out of them. We're going to slimmer, probably a little less than that. Draw a line. And see how it turns out. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I need 2 lines. So let's do that. Get back on 2 1/4. And it's just right on the outside of this first hole here. Got me a straight edge somewhere. I think with this rubber, I can just use a utility knife. We'll see here. It's working. This is probably the best route to use, because if you use anything like a sanding cutoff wheel or anything like that, you're going to make a mess with this rubber. Kind of spread her open, you know, get in there nice and deep like. Until you're through. All right, I'm going to finish them all up, and I'll get back with you. Hard to do, especially with my 6-gallon air compressor. I know it's not the right setup, but I ain't got much wheel left either. Kind of worried. Should we have no room? I have no fucking clue. This goes. It's gotta be up here, right? Mandatory up here. It has to be up here, right? It does, because I see this going like that. I don't really have high hope for this, but we will see. Like I said, I do not have a center punch or a starter hole. Holy crap. That worked well. I'll tell you what, man. So far, these kits, what I paid $20, And yeah, I like it. Let me get this back out. Let me run through them back out again. Maybe I spoke too soon. All right, I spoke too soon. Alright, the bolts they supplied definitely will not fit in there, so I will have to drill them bigger. At least I don't think. Yeah, absolutely no go. So let's figure out what that is. Might be hard to read, but let me go back. It's a 5/16 bolt, so. All right, spray some WD-40 on there, put some lube on there. Same with your drill bit. And make sure I don't have it on hammer, I have it on drill. And let's go. Whoa, that ain't good. It's all better now. Get it right, clean this up. All right, it'll be something like this. Oh, where are we at here? Let's lower you down here. There will be a gap. You do have to leave a little bit of a gap. And I might trim the corners of these up for the bolts that go here. But yeah, kind of push this back as far as it'll go. Something like that. Yep. That's the gist of it. So let me finish all these and I'll get right back with you. All right, I got all three impellers done. You see it is a little dragging, but then I left a gap. Let me pull it up here. There's a slight air gap there, and I trimmed the corners to get away from the trap bolts. I know a lot of people probably don't do that with this mod. They say it'll just wear in and break in, but I didn't want to be like that, so I just made some clearance. Obviously a little bit's going to rub, so next I'm going to just clean everything off. I'm just going to use some all-purpose cleaner. Probably wipe it down. I got some WD-40 or maybe some spray on wax, something like that. And then I have fluid film I'm going to spray all on the inside of this. This snow blower's old. We'll see if this mod really works. We got that wet snow coming. It's starting to snow outside right now, so I'll keep you posted. All right, got it fully assembled. I went ahead and I adjusted my scraper. I have a paved driveway, so I just used 2 small pieces of cardboard put under there and adjusted my feet down. As you can see, the light coming through, and that's all I want. So I'll finish spraying everything up with fluid film. Next, I'll be probably servicing that differential. I got some of that gear oil to go in there, so I'll take care of that. But now it's time to fire it up and see how she does. I'll tell you what, for a 5 horsepower, 1995 MTD, doing that mod definitely helped out. She lacks a little bit of power, and hopefully the propellers break in a little bit better. Definitely holding it down a little bit, but this is definitely some wet snow. Very happy with the end of the driveway where the plow trucks were and already salted. Usually that is a big issue with the snowblower. So yeah, I recommend it. If you like what you see, please like and follow. Links will be in the description. Thank you. Have a good one.